tradition just before the start of the final. Out of the sky, a parachutist, this time Jeff Sands, coming on to center court, where he lands with a briefcase.
What's in the briefcase? You got it. $100,000 in cash. First prize here, the 94 Cuervo Gold Crown in Clearwater Beach, Florida. He didn't want to take it off, Shaq. He didn't really want to open it up.
Locked up, and I can understand why. There it is, your cold cash for first place.
He said he had to do this.
It is hot. It's pretty muggy, but there's a huge crowd here in Clearwater Beach, Florida for the 7th annual Cuervo Gold Crown. Hi, everybody. I'm Lynn Shackelford, along with Paul Sunderland. Yes, it's the 7th straight year the Cuervo Gold Crown has been contested here in beautiful Clearwater Beach, Florida. And, Paul, the AVP goes a lot of places all over the United States, but this is one of the big tourneys of the year.
Well, no better sights, but let's talk about the key first. There are major championships in every sport, no doubt about that. If you play tennis, you want to win Wimbledon or the U.S. Open. Well, this is one of the 3 or 4 tournaments each and every year you want to win. The reason is money, and, of course, because of the challenge. It's a unique format as well. 8 of the best teams in the world come here and compete. There's no easy draw in the first round. You have to play a tough match each and every time you step out on the court. It makes it very, very difficult for all of the players, and a couple of top teams have advanced into the finals.
They sure have. It's going to be a game to 15. It should be, and Dandy, the #1 seeded team, I guess no surprise, Karch Karai and Kent Steffes are here again.
Well, you know, they deserve it. They've won 16 tournaments out of 24 last year. They've had tremendous success throughout the course of their career since they rejoined one another. They're the top team in the world right now. And not too surprising, I don't think, that Brian Lewis and his partner Ricky Ludes have advanced as well into the championship round. Brian Lewis is extremely explosive, and the crowd loves the little guy.
They sure do. Any key you'd like to talk about right at the outset?
Well, for Karai and Steffes, I think just to play their game. They have so much confidence in one another. They just need to come out, side out, regain possession of the volleyball, not let this crowd really get involved. And for Brian Lewis, jump serve, a couple of aces early. That is get his partner Ricky Ludes involved, block a few balls, and then we will indeed have a contest.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Huge crowd here. Coming up, the final, the championship, Karai and Steffes against Lewis and Ludes. We'll have it for you right after this.
In my 17 years on this planet, they have tried everything to get me to drink their drinks. They have subjected me to an infinite number of product shots, drink shots, mega superstars.
I love juking.
Jingles.
Just once.
And the type of people I've never, ever met in real life. All of this has led me to 2 conclusions.
I'm young.
1, when I'm thirsty, I gotta trust my gut. And 2, I watch too much TV. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Face it, folks, you need a car. And you're in luck, because Hyundai's You Need a Car clearance is on, with sizzling summer savings up to $1,250. New Excels start at just $6,540. It's the lowest priced car in America. Plus, right now, you can make no down payment and no monthly payments till $1995. We're dealing on everything, and there's loads to choose from. But hurry into your nearest Hyundai dealer now, because the You Need a Car clearance ends soon.
In the next century, when we walk into a drugstore, what will we buy for pain? Advil. That's right. You see, the ingredient in Advil is the #1 doctor-prescribed pain reliever in its class. That's what's in Advil, in non-prescription strength. No wonder doctors recommend Advil by name. Always will. That kind of relief is timeless. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Alternative math. What do 1 crust sandwich, 1 order of hash browns, and 1 hot coffee add up to?
$1.99.
At Burger King, just $1.99 every day. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
People ask, how can I remember to dial 1-800-COLLECT when I call collect? For me, the speed outfit did the trick. But for most folks, just knowing 1-800-COLLECT saves people up to 44% should suffice.
The 1994 Cuervo Gold Crown is brought to you by Kawasaki. Kawasaki, let the good times roll. As we indicated, it's hot, but there's a huge crowd here. A little bit of wind, and we'll talk about that as we get into the game. For Paul Sunderland, otherwise the conditions are ideal. The players are healthy. Should be pretty well rested, but we'll have to watch Lewis and Luty's if it's a long game, maybe.
Well, the round robin really evens things out in terms of fatigue. Curai and Steffes do have that one-game advantage. Since they had the best record in the round robin, they did not have to compete in a semifinal. They advance automatically into the finals. They get that extra hour and a half's rest. But sometimes it can work against you. Lewis and Luty's are coming off a huge victory in the semifinals against Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh and carrying a lot of confidence with them, as well as about 70% of this crowd.
From time to time, when we get a chance, we have another bonus. St. John Smith, one of the all-time greats, is down courtside. May be able to chat with the players on the side change. We'll change on multiples of 5. That balances out the sun and the wind. It's a game to 15, win by 2. We do have a rally clock going at 10 minutes. May not be a factor. Kent Steffes with the flipped up blue hat. He'll start it off. Great player, 25 years old. That's a young age to attain the great success that he has had. A dink that goes down. A surprise, and it works. Brian Lewis with a little dink.
Frozen in his, call him cement feet. Kent Steffes just unable to move defensively.
Well, you sure wouldn't think that would be the first play. Brian Lewis, by far the shortest player on the court. Only 26 years old. Burst on here 2 years ago when he won the Cuervo Gold Crown at Clearwater.
These two teams played in the finals last week in Miami Beach. Curai and Steffes controlled most of the early action. The key was the jump serving of Brian Lewis. When he was serving tough, he was right there.
Karch Curai with the jumper always wears the pink hat.
So far, a very comfortable start for Brian Lewis and Ricky Luty's side now.
That ball was good. It was definitely inside. Hitting it into the wind. He could hit it with a topspin. It was way in. We're tied at 0. Ricky Luty's goes to the jump serve. Oh, Brian Lewis almost was able to dig the hit of Steffes, but not quite.
Kent Steffes and Karch Curai won all 3 jewels of the Cuervo Triple Crown last year. One here, of course, and then in Boulder and in Santa Cruz because of plays just like that. Like I said, play their game. That means siding out. Kent Steffes, the youngest millionaire ever in the sport.
Ricky Luty's with a big hit right into the paws of Kent Steffes, but it was just hit too hard. Crowd likes it when they get close to being a facial, don't they?
Well, they want to see some damage. They want to see some shrapnel. But look at Karch blocking the line, and Kent Steffes is right there, but more a little self-defense rather than defense.
As he will do a lot, and maybe a little too often, Brian Lewis hits it into the net. That's costly.
Well, he won't get an aces unless he's going for it each and every time. You have to pay the price by missing a few.
Angle goes out, and they're on the scoreboard first, the team of Curai and Steffes. You saw that Curai won 3 straight Cuervo Gold Crowns last year. Of course, he did it with Steffes. Only one other team has done that. The great team of St. John Smith and Randy Stokos in 1990. There's a rare miss on the serve by Karch Curai.
Well, they will not be trying to serve that tough. They're from on the bad side. The wind is at their backs. It's much more difficult for them to control the ball that is coming to them. You don't have the wind in your face to serve the ball tougher, as does Ricky Luty's right here. He's on the good side.
Oh, just reached real high, Kent Steffes did, with his great long arms and his leap, and went over the block.
A lot of people don't understand. We talk so much about good side, bad side. It comes into play in tennis, and you're talking about a small, dense ball being driven through the wind. Out here, you've got a 9-inch round ball inflated with air. The wind plays havoc. Good side, bad side, very important factor in the competition.
Not a good set, and Steffes has to hit it inside the antenna, does he? Yes.
Brian Lewis starting out this match shooting the ball. What I mean is just moving it around, trying to pick his spots. Steffes was frozen the first time. That won't happen very often. Steffes cranking cross court from his offside, the left side.
That was a great hit by Steffes, and they lead 2-0 as Kent goes for the ace, and he's got it. It's right on the line, 3-0.
Kent Steffes, in spite of the fact that he plays on the right side, and usually your power comes from pulling the ball across your body, very adept at hitting the ball away from his body, screwball style, and this time froze Brian Lewis right down the line.
Steffes, like a lot of great volleyball players, hails from Pacific Palisades, now lives over in Santa Monica, right next to the Palisades, trains down at Will Rogers State Beach with a lot of the other top players. Dug by Steffes, but into the 12th row. Karch goes into the 4th row, not 6 rows away.
Dangerous thing to do sometimes. There's a pathway, a little landing pad, we'll call it the Kirai runway or landing area back here. Karch knows where that path is. He's finding it. Yeah, safe little landing.
Karch, there could be a couple bottle openers over there.
I'll tell you, go into those beach chairs and have an injury.
Going for the ace that time. Brian Lewis, he misses it. He knows he needs to make something happen. They're down 3-0. And they're going to have to go to the bad side after 2 more points. Not a good start for Lewis and Ludes. Great little whip by Louis, and the crowd comes alive. They like that.
Good reaction. Starts with a good pass, serve reception by Brian Lewis, and Ricky Ludes setting the ball in perfect position. Watch the distance from the net. This ball set about 2 feet off the net. Gives Brian Lewis plenty of swinging room to see Kent Steffes maneuver the ball by him.
Go, go, go.
Over him is what Karch yelled, and that is what Kent Steffes did. Hey, if you just say it, it happens. That's a pretty good partner.
Well, after you set the ball, Karch Kirai, in this instance, you've got to look at the defense and indicate the open areas. Ricky Ludes was digging the angle shot, so over him or down the line for Steffes is wide open.
Could go out. Yes, it does. They're down 3-0, but don't count out Brian Lewis and Ricky Ludes in the semifinal against Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh. They were down, and they came back to win it 12-10. Dug by Lewis, but it goes over. Karch with a dink, and he fools Ludes as another fellow Bruin completely.
Little slice and dice. A lot of people, don't realize that Karch Kirai spent years and years playing on the beach before he went on to Olympic fame. He knows this game, keeping the ball very low on the bad side so the wind cannot have as much effect, and just a little slice and dice over the top of Ricky Ludes.
Karch's dad, Dr. Laszlo Kirai, played in the Hungarian volleyball team before moving to Santa Barbara. Started his son on the beach, and he taught him well, as you can see right there. The man in the pink hat knows how to play.
Just operating, hitting against the flow. Great dig by Karch Kirai. Good set again, low with the wind by his partner Kent Steffes, and Karch just slicing off against the movement of the defense.
First time I ever saw Karch, he was 16 years old. He was built similar to the way he is now. He's always been strong and powerful. Whoa, there's some power from little Louis.
And that's what got Brian Lewis back into the match in the semifinals against Big Mike Whitmarsh. Challenge him with the heater. You got to establish that you can beat the ball off the block, through the block, by the block. And this is just one-on-one. Steffes thought he had him. He was right with him, jumped into the cross court.
Ludes, maroon hat, needs a big serve. He really cranks it up. Just hit it a little long. That was going to be trouble if it came down and came in. He had some steam behind it.
Brian Lewis has had good experiences here and bad experiences. Won a couple of years ago with Pat Powers. His first win ever and a big one, and lost here last year in the finals against his same opponent, Karch Kirai, Kent Steffes. Pinging!
The crowd loves it when it bounces high and goes into about the 12th row.
Brian Lewis has got such a fast arm swing. He just gets on the ball, just ripping the ball cross court.
Brian, as you said, has won with Pat Powers. He's won with Tiv Hamra. He's won with Randy Stoklos. He has never won with Ludes. So he'd like to do that right now. Karch with a little tap down the line, making it look easy.
Having no trouble whatsoever passing the jump serve. This jump serve is coming at Karch almost full velocity, as if it were spiked, although traveling obviously a greater distance, slowing down a bit. Just takes all the spin off, all the velocity, perfect pass to the net.
Kent's really responding well now and seemingly not affected by the blocking of Steffes. The only problem is, as you said, Paul, that when Steffes and Karai side out, they are almost unbeatable, and they are siding out really well.
Well, you side out, the other team's not scoring, and as long as they're on zero, you got a pretty good chance to win. So far, their side-out game, and by that we mean, in this instance, Kent Steffes passing the ball right on the dime, Karch Kirai setting well, and then calling out the open areas, and so far, they have been flawless as they go out to the 4-0 lead.
Kent Steffes and Kirai had only one loss, as you can see in the round robin. That was to Dodd and Whitmarsh. And there's quickly, Kirai says, when there's no block, I can hit anybody's hit.
A little too much, though. Caught the tape on the way down. Trying to go for the 5-0 side change. Hits the top of the tape with his hand. Side out will go back to Lewis and Ludes, and that's a big break.
Yep. There's a great serve.
How big is that break now? Could have been the 5-0 side change. Instead, Lewis comes back with the ace. We go to the 4-1 side change. Okay, Brian Lewis is very close to a foot fault here. He's got to be inside the sideline. Look at that. Hubby wife that has always plagued Kent Steffes and Karch Kirai. Poor communication up the middle.
You're watching the Cuervo Gold Crown in Clearwater Beach, Florida. It's the final. 4-1, Steffes and Kirai in front.
Houston. Credit problems can be a dead end. Bust loose. Charlie Thomas can get you financed. Divorced, bankrupt, slow credit, no credit. Second Chance Finance reestablishes your credit through one of Houston's biggest banks. Then choose from over 5,000 new and used vehicles from $250 down. $250 down. And purchase no additional insurance on Charlie Thomas's Second Chance Finance used cars and trucks. No additional insurance. At all 14 Charlie Thomas outlets.
You could win $1 million by entering Pocono Raceway's UAWGM Teamwork Sweepstakes. 3 finalists win fantasy trips to Pocono's Miller Genuine Draft 500. $5,000 in cash or prizes and a chance at $1 million. Apply for a NASCAR MasterCard by calling 1-800-937-POCONO and automatically entering the sweepstakes. Or to just enter the sweepstakes, send your name, address, and phone number to this address. For a free Pocono Raceway brochure, call 1-800-RACEWAY.
Boxers aren't born. They're made. Tillman, Clifford Hicks, Rick Spain, Jake the Snake Rodriguez, Calvin Grove, Pete Taliaferro, Jesse Ferguson, Al Ice Cold. When they were ready, they all fought on Top Rank Boxing. See who's ready now. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
We are back in Clearwater Beach, Florida. The winningest beach player of all time, St. John Smith, as we said, is with us. He's down courtside, out with an injury with a bad knee. We're happy to have him, and he's with Brian Lewis. St. John?
Brian, you guys start out really slow on the good side. Now you're going to the bad side. What do you have to do to get back in this game?
We have to make some points, and I need to side out a little better, pass the ball up to the net, and listen to my partner's calls that are pretty good, and I'm just doing the opposite.
Okay, good luck. Back to you, Lynn and Paul.
Interesting point that Brian made about you have to listen to your partner. After Ricky Ludes will set Brian Lewis, he won't watch Lewis right away. He'll look at the opposition. Where's the block position? Where's the backcourt defender position? And always call out the open area. But the hitter has to have that sense to watch the block, watch the ball swing, and key into his teammates' call at the same time.
As the players come back into the sand in the game to 15, it's a 4-1 lead for Steffes and Kirai. As we indicated, they won all 3 Cuervos last year. The first one, of course, is played in Clearwater Beach, Florida. The second in Boulder, Colorado. We'll be there in June. The third in August at Main Beach in Santa Cruz. We'll be there in California. And we got a 4th one this year in Hawaii. More on that later. Steffes easily siding out. I think Ludes has got to come up with some blocks on Kent, maybe.
Well, maybe you have to move in front of Kent Steffes' angle. That's where he's hitting the ball right now. Steffes has received 6 serves, 6 kills. Obviously doing very well. The hubby wife return. Karch and Kent, husband and wife, no communication up the middle, and Karch and Kent are victims of that more than anybody else on the tour, surprisingly being the most successful team. And Ricky Ludes is going, Brian, yours. Brian's going, no man, yours, and falls in between.
his customary pink hat. He cranks another one, Karch Kirai. And Ludy's right between the arms of Kent Steffes for a field goal and a side out.
He would like to have the 3 points that normally go along with a field goal be right back in this one, but they'll have to earn them from the bad side.
Ludy's, is he going to go with a sky ball?
Change things up a little bit. This is a good idea.
Nicely passed. Oh, Ludy's blocked and backed up and blocked it a little.
So you go with a sky ball because, again, you don't feel that you can jump serve or even float serve with some degree of difficulty from the bad side. The wind's at your back, the ball just travels in a very straight line. So you send it up, have the opposition, Kirai and Steffes, look up into that blazing sun and maybe cause them some problems.
Not a good pass. Steffes with a pretty good set, though. A blooper. Steffes has got it. And Steffes puts it away.
Great run by Kent Steffes, covering behind the block. All he's trying to do is get the ball up in the air here, and Karch Kirai, look at the contact right here. He's running away from the area where he wants to attack. Karch will set the ball maybe twice as high here to give his partner time to get back to the net and kill from the outside.
Good idea. I was just going to suggest they need to do something. Lewis and Ludy's, they take a sand timeout. That's just a brief timeout, but they need to gather themselves and cut down the momentum. We're playing here in the final. First place is a biggie in this $250,000 purse. What a difference fall between first and the others.
It's like the penthouse and the doghouse. Even though you finish first and second in a tournament, such a huge difference. What is that? $76,000 difference.
$76,000 game.
And then on down the line, $100,000 is a lot of dough. Even for you, Shaq.
Bad pass. The wind is blowing. Got a broken play. Oh, he hits it just long. That was close. 7-1. Check that. 7-1. I'm getting ahead of myself. But the route is just about on.
Kirai and Steffes on a roll here, and this is something, so far at least this season, they have yet to do in a final. They continually have fallen behind. They've done it against Dodd and Whitmarsh. They've done it against other teams throughout the course of this early season, but they have come away with victories on 3 out of 4 weekends.
Obviously, because it was round robin, these two teams did meet earlier in the round robin format. Steffes and Kirai won 10-3. Long time to wait there on Steffes. Throw off his tempo a little bit, and he misses the serve. He knows when things are rolling like that, just get it in, if nothing else.
Look at Karch looking around. This is a Louis crowd. This is one of the keys that we talked about at the beginning of this match. Brian Lewis needs to do something to get this crowd involved.
Chance for a point. Oh, good hit. The crowd is going to come alive and get behind him. They like the little guy. They like the underdog.
They made a big comeback in the semifinals behind the big right arm of Brian Lewis and the blocking of Ricky Ludy's. That's the combination that can get them back in this match.
And as we mentioned, Lewis won here 2 years ago, his first win ever at the Cuervo Gold Crown in Clearwater Beach when he played with Pat Powers. So the crowd knows him. Very calmly that time, and in control, Kirai and Steffes side out. 7-2. It'll be Karch Kirai to serve.
Speedo and right back.
Karch has got it. In front of you. And a great angle. Oh, what a fine play. And a good set by Steffes because that dig was awfully high.
A rocket right at Karch Kirai, just hanging in. Digs the best shot that Brian Lewis has to offer. Digs the ball straight in front of him. Kirai focused right here. The play is on. Steffes blocks line. And Karch, you can see the velocity on this. Karch is telling him just right in front of you, and he slices off the angle. Brian Lewis with no chance.
Beautiful set. Kirai and Steffes in control and with an 8-2 lead here in our championship.
Beach Volleyball. Served up Tuesday night at 8 on ESPN2. Eat sand.
Sunday night at 8 Eastern Time, it's Baltimore versus Texas, live from the ballpark in Arlington, Texas. Karch Karai to serve. It was blocked, went out. Side out. Side out, meaning, of course, there's no score on the play. You only score when you serve.
See how low Steffes gets, trying to jump as high as he possibly can. Thought he might have had a chance for a stuff there, reaching into the cross court from Ludes.
No jump serve, hits the floater and comes up and blocked. Ricky Ludes. Nice shot selection by Kent Steffes. A lot of people think Steffes wins because he has a great partner, but remember, he has won with other players as well. One year he won with 3 different partners, including Karch Karai.
Mishandled ball. Not a great pass, spinning an awful lot. Ricky Ludes trying to get the ball back up to the net. Good hitting position to Brian Lewis. Double contact, a lot of forward spin. Pretty easy call to make.
By Jim Leonard, our referee, and it's now 9-2.
Sand time?
Lewis takes yet another sand timeout. Got to do something to slow down the momentum. As Karai and Steffes, yeah, it's warm, it's hot, it's humid, but when you're up 9-2, it feels like it's about 75 degrees. Paul, here are the round-robin formats. 8 of the best teams in the world.
Karai, Steffes, obviously in first place, only 1 loss. They lost to Dodd and Whitmarsh in the round-robin 10-9, a great match. Dodd Whitmarsh finished second, Lewis and Ludes third. Lewis and Ludes, Dodd Whitmarsh played in the semifinals. Lewis and Ludes obviously advancing. Randy Stoklos and Adam Johnson, a tough tournament. Eric Fenoy Moana, Tim Hovland. A good finish down in 5th position.
Scott Akatabi out with a groin, did not play. His partner Brent Frohoff tried to qualify with Dave Swadek. They did not. The block by Karch Karai on Lewis, 10-2.
Louis trying to, I don't know if he's trying to shake it off or just shaking his head. When Karai and Steffes are playing well, they're the best team. Their results all speak to that. A couple of years ago, they dominated the tour, winning 16 out of 19. Last year, it was 18 out of 23, each winning over $450,000.
Off the block of Karai this time. Lewis has reversed his hat. Now he's taken off the sunglasses. He's trying everything. Great serve, and it's an ace by Brian Lewis, and says, finally.
Some breakthrough, but you know, Brian Lewis is exerting so much energy trying to bomb these serves. They still need some help. Look at that, Steffes, the little jab step to the left. He was completely fooled to the outside.
Louis giving it everything.
Hey, sand timeout over here.
Sand timeout, as you heard Jim Leonard, the referee, by Karai and Steffes. First time we've seen a little chink in the armor there.
Well, if there's been anything that has gone against Kent Steffes through the years, it's been giving up 3 or 4, even 5 points in a row. And that's something that I think both he and partner Karch Karai have really worked on. If they sense that they're losing their concentration, losing their focus a little bit, which is a possibility, they were up 10-2 until that previous ace, they will take a 20 or take a full timeout and really get back into the match.
Karch Karai in the pink hat, UCLA Sports Hall of Fame. You said it had 18 wins in '93, had 16 wins the year before. Chance for a point. All right, 10-4. The crowd likes that.
Pretty good dig off the Chester by Ricky Ludes, getting to the ball quickly. Excellent set by partner Brian Lewis. And Louis starting to do some damage with the jump serve. Bombing up the middle, Ricky Ludes. He needs to stuff a ball.
A side out.
Kirai going back
that
to serve.
Should have probably been a point for Lewis and Ludes.
Kirai and Steffes getting a little lucky on the block over the coverage of Brian Lewis, if they even need that advantage. But Karch right there.
Side out.
Steffes tried to block it, but he could not. Side out.
See Lewis and Ludes, they're still communicating. Not real uptight right there. And starting to develop some pretty good chemistry as a team, but no, they need a little help driving Steffes deep.
Oh, Lewis almost there, able to reach it, as Ludes did block it.
Steffes back to serve.
Steffes now already with 14 kills. He's been served 15 times. Karch Kirai's partner only 6 times.
Nice turn by Brian Lewis for a good side out. They're starting to side out now pretty well. They just need to find a way to score some points. You would think it would come through the serve. Kent Steffes, to his credit, did not finish school when he was playing at UCLA. Came back in the offseason last couple years, got his degree in economics. And he'll need it with all the money he's making. Trying to win that.
An applied science.
Trying to win $50,000 today with his partner, who will also win 50 if they can garner first. Steffes, nice hit through the block of Ludes.
Ricky has yet to block a ball, of course, either against Karch Kirai or Kent Steffes. And Steffes is getting perfect sets. It all starts off the good pass and has the choice of either going cross court or down the line with heat.
Doing a real good job of moving it around the block. The hits, he's turning well.
You can see the play between Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes. Karch jumps way into the cross court trying to take away the angle. Kent Steffes covering behind down the line, but Louis just too quick with the arm swing.
I'll tell you, they could have folded at 10-2, but they're getting it all. Lewis and Ludes, and that's an ace. Crowd loves it.
Good for something positive to happen from Ricky Ludes.
It is now 10-5. Steffes and Kirai leading here in the Cuervo Gold Crown. We'll be right back.
Today, a Pavlovian experiment. Using superior intellect and vast scientific knowledge, we spent 6 months conditioning the poor, unsuspecting subject to respond to a ringing bell with an uncontrollable craving for the ultimate beverage. A demonstration.
When you're looking for a truck, you have to make a decision. Should you go for rugged performance or civilized comfort? Performance or comfort? Well, when you get a 94 Nissan truck with a value truck package including air conditioning, AM, FM cassette, stereo, chrome package, and an available V6 for about $2,300 less than a comparably equipped Toyota, maybe you don't have to make a decision after all.
Tonight on SportsCenter, Bell pays a heavy toll for his cork bat. Can the Giants win without Darrow in the lineup? Tony says goodbye to soccer, hello pro football. For Chris Myers, I'm Dan Patrick. Join us at 11 Eastern.
These days on the beach, everyone wears sunglasses. Of course, the volleyball players all wear them as well, even while they're playing. But it wasn't always that way. Paul Sunderland knows that firsthand.
You know, in the golden age of volleyball, like when I played, well, there was no gold, there was no money, but we were real men. No matter how hot it got, no matter how blazing the conditions, we never, ever used sunscreen. That was for Easties. Only Easties out in California on vacation used this stuff. Real men would never touch it. Now, the equipment has also changed in pro beach volleyball, as have the economics. Now you see baseball players and cyclists and triathletes wearing athletic sunglasses. It all started right here in pro beach volleyball. They look great, they work, but best of all, the players get paid a lot of money to wear them. But we asked the players, why do you wear these goggles when you play out here for so much dough?
So when we're back there, you know, with all that free time and timeouts, our eyes can wander around and check the crowd out and see what we're missing.
Well, the reason why I wear sunglasses when I play is to protect my delicate eyes from the harmful UV rays that the powerful sun emanates. I wear sunglasses on the beach because I feel a little something coming on when I wear my Elvis glasses.
Well, even Elvis would have the good sense, if he was still with us, to use a lot of sunscreen now. I know that I bake that stuff on all I can. Just didn't have it when I was playing. You know, the players very careful about that these days. When they go out before they play now, they will lop on the highest protective stuff they can get.
Oh, I love Steve Timmons. I'll ask him where is he going after the tournament. I'm going to go down to Puerto Rico for a few days. Maybe I should have gone to USC. Okay, we're back to action.
I thought I would never hear you say that.
Just kidding, of course. Kirai and Steffes in front, 10-5. Game to 15. They are on the good side. They better not let Lewis and Ludes creep back right now. Kent Steffes with the serve. A dink. Steffes has got it up. It's over. No, that's 4 hits. There's the 4th hit.
But Steffes getting to the shot. Remember the very first side out of this championship match, Brian Lewis with a little slice. Steffes was just stuck in the sand. No such duplication here. Steffes and Kirai playing well, but Lewis and Ludes have made a move.
Oh, good deep shot. Now, pretty soon, Brian Lewis is going to have to get some of those high off-speed shots by Steffes, or they're just not going to dig anything.
Had a chance to make that play. Just one step away, doing a better job of reading Kent Steffes right now.
Coach Kirai won a couple golds, 84 and 88 in indoor in the Olympics.
Plays pretty similar to one another. Both Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes, Brian Lewis is the defensive players respectively, although Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes will mix it up. Will play center field, read the block, read the play, and then try to pursue as best they can to cover the court.
Sky ball, he gets it good and deep, and it is called out. Now that's the negative, is it's easy to see whether it's in or out. Even if it's 4 inches out, you can tell, and that was just about 3.5.
Well, your partner, look at Karch, goes right back with him. Karch will get right back parallel. Yeah, we're number one, and that ball was out.
Oh, misplay, and a tap down, an easy point, as the serve was mishandled that time, so it's 11-5. 4 points away from $100,000 are Kirai and Steffes.
And Brian
Don't
Lewis
spend it yet, guys.
And Ricky Ludes expended a lot of emotional and physical energy just trying to stay with Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes.
Sand timeout.
Got very frustrated for a long period of time where Kirai and Steffes were just rolling along, siding out, scoring points, and they inched their way back into this match, but hit a wall once again. Ludes talking to the crowd here. Hey, the crowd would be behind Brian Lewis and Ricky Ludes, but they got to make a move on the scoreboard to get them involved.
Paul, remember this used to happen in the old days with Randy Stoklos and St. John Smith, who's down there courtside. Crowd always got behind the other team, the underdog.
Steffes serving 11-5.
Get tired of seeing the same guys win.
Unless, of course, you're the guys that are winning.
Kent's not tired of those tax problems yet. Ball goes way out. Seems like after a long break, that's when he misses his serve. Still has an 11-5 lead. Brian Lewis serving with the wind to his back. It's going to be tough for him to hit a big one, but the crowd imploring him to do so. Ooh, that would have been a tough one.
Side out.
The side. Karch saw it out all the way. You could hear him call it. Lewis back with the sunglasses, probably watched our feature. Ludes in 2, and Steffes with a late block, side out.
Ricky Ludes to serve.
Ricky Ludes still without his stuff, going back to serve here. Ludes on 2. getting possession for his team, going with the sky ball here. This one's too short.
Easy tap down. Yeah, the sky ball is only effective if you can put it on the back line. And even then, at this level, it's usually not effective.
You want to serve that ball as deep as you can, so the pass has to travel a long, long distance back up to the net. Tougher ball to set. But if you serve that thing in the middle of the court, it's easy for these players to handle.
Kent Steffes with 11-5 lead, puts it in play. Back set by Ludes. Great swing, and it's dug. But they've got it up again. And they put it away. Great defensive play, though, by Kirai and Steffes.
A little pinball defense, and then quick to Brian Lewis. And with a knuckle poke, he keeps that ball in play.
You got the crowd behind you. Let's go. Brian probably wants to turn around and say, I'm trying everything.
Got to make that play. That's two opportunities now. The first one was tough. You alluded to it earlier. He was reading Kent Steffes better down the line with the left from the left side. But this is a play. Brian Lewis, center field. He's in the right position. Got to play that ball with two hands.
Two hands.
Play that ball with two hands.
Brian learned that 10 years ago, and he knows it.
He's thinking about going and hitting as opposed to making the defensive play first.
That's an ace. That is in, and we go to 12-5. And I think that's what they got to do now. Steffes and Kirai just try to win this baby on the good side with some aces. They can do it. 3 more points. 3 points away from their 4th straight Cuervo Gold Crown. Yeah, they got to do it. Lewis and Ludes take a sand timeout.
Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes again. You can see the flag over Karch Kirai's right shoulder on his right side there. The wind always blowing into your face when you occupy the good side. When the ball is coming to you, it travels in a much straighter trajectory and truer line because it's traveling with the wind. It's easier to pass, easier to control. And then you also have more of an advantage because you're serving and hitting into that very tough wind, tough top spin. Makes it very, very difficult. Literally, the court on the side opposite the good side becomes bigger because you can just rip with top spin and be so much more aggressive offensively.
Crowd not going anywhere. A well-played game, Paul, despite the lopsided score. It's just a great play of Kirai and Steffes. Look at that serve. All they can do is bump it over. Tap down by Kirai, just keeps it in play. 13-5. He knows how to win, doesn't he?
He's talking about a machine here, playing extremely well. When Kirai and Steffes have trouble, it's because they're not passing well. They're being beaten by the jump serve, but they have sided out so perfectly. Steffes, not a chink in his armor throughout the course of this final. And Kirai and Steffes have served extremely well.
That goes out, the serve by Kirai. So it's 13-5. Ludes and Lewis maybe hoping for an injury now to Steffes and Kirai. Goes the sky ball one more time.
That's a good one.
Bump set by Kirai. And a tap down as Ludes wasn't even close on the block. And he's discouraged because of that.
Has yet to block a ball. Each team has 3 aces, and Kirai and Steffes will be happy with that any time going against a great jump server like Brian Lewis to equal him out in terms of aces.
Blocked by Kirai, but out. Good side out. They're siding out pretty well, Lewis and Ludes. They just cannot score against this team.
Brian Lewis has had a great match offensively. 17 kills, a couple of aces.
He's had a good tournament. He'll be disappointed, though. What a payday in first place. $76,000 difference between first and second. No, and once again, Lewis cannot get it. He was down low. The one arm, though, is a tough dig. And he's discouraged about that. He knows it.
Well, he's already thinking, go hit. You've got to get as much of your body in front of this ball as you possibly can. Louis got to lean to the right, get in front, and play that ball with 2 hands as best he can. It's coming to him 60, 70 miles an hour. He's already thinking, go hit. Got to get down in the sand and then make the recovery.
Blocked by Steffes, it goes out. So that's going to be a side out.
Side out, Lewis and Ludes.
Ricky Ludes grew up in Pacific Palisades. Went to the same high school as Steffes, different time. Makes his home in San Diego now. Good deep serve this time. He still handle it, though, and put it down.
No mistakes from Kent Steffes. Unforced errors
13 serving to 5.
for Karai and Steffes. They've had one this entire match. Lewis and Luty's 5. Steffes being so consistent, either hitting the ball cross court or down the line.
A floater, a knuckler, mishit by Lewis. He was looking right up into the sun. He lost it, missed it, and we go to 14-5. And there is a timeout on the court, so we'll come back here and see if they can put it away. Steffes and Karai lead 14-5.
Why go to the beach? Just to get beached.
Into the pure, clean taste.
Watch us get a little bit wet. Plunge into nasty. Plunge into the lead. Plunge in.
When you call collect, what are you doing? You're asking for acceptance. Not the time to be inconsiderate, and not the time to dial 0.
Hi, lover. If I really cared about you, I would have dialed 1-800-COLLECT and saved you up to 44%. But I don't, so I didn't. I'm naughty.
Collect the boyfriend, huh?
He refused my call.
No.
He pretended he didn't even know me.
Hey, baby, where's the fire?
Polyshades by Minwax. It's a stroke of genius. Polyshades is rich stain and polyurethane protection in one. Polyshades gives wood a beautiful protective finish in half the time. Polyshades by Minwax.
New Nutrageous from Reese's. Peanuts, milk chocolate, caramel, Reese's peanut butter. New Nutrageous. Give your mouth a party.
We are back in Clearwater Beach, Florida. Lynn Shackelford along with Paul Sunderland and St. John Smith. And you are looking at Kent Steffes, 1 point away from he and his partner winning $100,000. Ranked up by Ricky Luty's. Karai cannot block it, so they are still alive, but barely.
There have been great teams in the history of pro beach volleyball. Ron Lang, Ron Von Hagen, Greg Lee, Jim Mingus, Tom Shamala's Ron Von Hagen, of course, St. John Smith, Randy Stoklos, Tim Hovland, Mike Dodd. Karai and Steffes are now among them.
No question. Easily put away by Karch Karai. So the man in the pink hat with his wife, Jana, down in San Clemente. Sons Christian and Corey wondering how they can spend that money before Karch even gets home. This could be it. It's dinked over. Oh, that's a great shot by Luty's. They stay alive. They're down 14-5.
Lewis and Luty's have had a great tournament. They have met the best team on the beach right now, playing at their very best, and it's been a little bit too few of that. They've just been unable to break Karai and Steffes down.
The sky ball, and Karch is going to play this one. Lewis is moving in the right direction, but Karch has such a great angle on that because of his height.
It's always been Karch's favorite shot. The very sharp angle, the slice underneath or inside the blocker on the left side. And it just lands so close to the net. You have to be down so sharp. If you go cover that, the rest of the court is virtually wide open.
Third time at championship point. They miss the serve, Kent Steffes does, but no need to panic. They're ahead 14-5. Brian Lewis now with the hat on in front and no sunglasses. He's tried every combination. They've got it. Chance for a point. And he misses it into the net.
Side out.
Just cannot make it happen. I think he is bothered by that sun over there. He's looking. Now he's not looking up into it that time, I don't think.
Well, maybe just pressing a little bit, trying to make something happen when it's not there. But that was a pretty good-looking chance to score. Brian Lewis taking a timeout. Maybe he and Ricky Ludes have hit the wall physically just a little bit. It is hot, and they have played that extra match.
When or if they will put it away, we'll see. Steffes and Karai lead by 9.
I'm Captain Gene Cernan, and as commander of Apollo 17, was the last man to have walked on the moon. I'd like to invite you to celebrate with me the 25th anniversary of those first steps on the moon.
Join the celebration July 16th through the 20th at the Astrodome. For more information on daily events, call 567-8325. Tickets available at Randall's. Proceeds benefit local Challenger Learning Centers.
Drive it! Buy it!
At Charlie Thomas Mitsubishi.
Drive it! New 94 Galant ES model. Just $202 a month. Buy it. Just $71.63.
Only at Charlie Thomas Mitsubishi.
A new 94 Galant ES with air, automatic, power windows, power locks, and more. Drive it. Just $202 for 59 months. Then buy it for $71.63. Forget a quarter. Caring not. Buy Galant.
At Charlie Thomas Mitsubishi.
13800 Gulf Freeway, Houston.
180 degrees east, 20 degrees south. An island outside of time, where mind and body test nature, and the spirit is reborn. ESPN2's Adventure Island Contest. Your chance to explore the outer depths and test the inner soul. Keep watching for details. Brought to you by Light Ice from Miller. More of what you want, less of what you don't.
Welcome back once again to Clearwater Beach. The fans love the action here. As we said, 7th straight year. We've had the Cuervo Gold Crown at Clearwater. There are your past champions. Some of the all-time great teams and combinations. John Stevenson back in '88 with Pat Powers. Have not had a repeat champion, though, a team at least.
Until today.
Until today, probably. Oh, you're already putting it in the win column for Steffes and Karai? You're not going out on a big limb, are you? No. They keep it alive, though. Siding out.
Well, Karai and Steffes have got this. They've put on a couple of streaks. They've been very, very solid siding out. They're just waiting for that one opportunity, a mistake by Lewis or Ludes, and they'll capitalize on it and take home their 4th Cuervo Gold Crown event in a row. Ludes just is shaking his head. He cannot get close to that hit of Kent Steffes, and it's been a big difference in this game. Has not blocked a ball yet in this match, and throughout the course of the tournament, his ability, he's 6'5", jumps extremely well. His ability to block has been one of the keys for them. There's a key stat, and that's how they win it. Right down the middle, nice serve by Kent Steffes. For the 2nd straight year and for the 4th straight time in the Cuervo Gold crowd, Kent Steffes and Karch Karai are your champions. A 15-5 win over Lewis and Ludes. We'll come back with a lot more, including a visit with the champions right after this.
Most things in this world aren't big enough to handle 7 feet 2 inches, 310 pounds.
And I ordered the big breakfast.
How does that feel?
Oh, watch your head, Mr. O'Neill.
There is one notable exception. The Big Slam from Pepsi. 1 ice-cold liter of Pepsi big enough to handle the biggest thirst.
Ain't life grand?
When you're looking for a truck, you have to make a decision. Should you go for rugged performance or civilized comfort? Performance or comfort? Well, when you get a '94 Nissan truck with a value truck package including air conditioning, AM/FM cassette, stereo, chrome package, and an available V6 for about $2,300 less than a comparably equipped Toyota, maybe you don't have have to make a decision after all.
Tonight on SportsCenter, Bell pays a heavy toll for his cork bat. Can the Giants win without Darrow in the lineup? Tony says goodbye to soccer. Hello, pro football. For Chris Myers, I'm Dan Patrick. Join us at 11 Eastern.
Welcome back to Clearwater Beach, Florida. St. John Smith is down courtside with the champions.
I'm here with Karch and Kent, the winners of the Jose Cuervo Gold Crown, and $100,000 richer. You guys played nearly flawless in the finals. Kent, you sided out really well, better than you have in the last few weekends. What did you do differently?
I'm not sure if I did anything differently. I was just able to see the court a lot better. I knew where Louis was in the back, and I could see Ricky in front, and I just had a field day when that happens.
Now, Karch, what can you guys do better in the future to improve upon your game? You guys were terrific today.
Well, like you said, we played a nearly perfect game. Our brand of volleyball is not the most spectacular. We just kind of grind away, serve tough, and make no mistakes. And we did play a nearly perfect game today. I don't think we can get better than that.
Well, congratulations once again. Back up to you, Lynn and Paul.
All right. Kirai and Steffes were in control throughout the course of this match. The Toyota play of the day started by Karch Kirai in the ever-present pink hat, jump serving from the good side. Brian Lewis and Ricky Ludes went through periods when they were siding out pretty well. Brian Lewis unloads. Karch says, what else? He digs this thing about 60 feet in the air. Steffes with his radar out. Perfect bump set, slicing and dicing off the angle. And Brian Lewis says, what in the world can we do?